And welcome to the T2 Challenge Finals at the Westchester Table Tennis Center. Just outside of the great New York City, I am Corey Eider. Alongside me is four-time national champion Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, we have an exciting match for you today. We have three-time Olympian, current world ranked number 30, and five-time national champion Lily ZHANG against Jian Li, who is a current coach, and he won a major national title in France in 2010. A little bit of a road on how they got here.
ZHANG to serve first, gets an easy point there, gets an unforced error out of Li. Corey, nothing feels better when you start a match and your opponent gives you a few unforced errors. Let's see if Li can rein that in and play a better point here. Oh, beautiful backhand there by ZHANG. What wrist action. Just so quick and so fast.
And Jimmy, I know it's a little unusual. We have a man playing against a female. And I know in some sports it's unusual, but that's what makes this T2 format so beautiful. It's just an open format where men play against women and vice versa. I think it makes things really interesting.
Oh, incredible rally there by both athletes. Li catching the edge, a little bit lucky, but just beautiful play by both players there, Corey. ZHANG to serve. Let's see what she comes up with here. Oh, that's just a beautiful choice of serve and a beautiful follow, Corey. She caught Li sleeping there. He was not expecting that deep serve.
Jimmy, one thing that makes this match fascinating is Lily ZHANG is actually the favorite. She is 50 points rated 50 points higher than her opponent right now, and she's playing like it.
Li with an unforced error there again. You want to avoid those at the beginning of matches. That was an important point for Li, just to try to stay close to ZHANG early in this first game. Don't want to let ZHANG get out too far. You know, Corey, I played Li earlier in the day, and his receives are not easy to deal with. He's got long pips on the backhand. You're not sure how much spin is on it. ZHANG totally whiffed that ball and mistimed it. And that's another example, Corey. ZHANG tried that deep serve again. Li was ready for it, used his long pips, and ZHANG totally misread the spin. Difficult to know the spin from those long pips. And just like that, Corey, ZHANG started out so well, but Li able to get ZHANG to make a number of unforced errors the last 3 points. Great rally. And what a fantastic point there. The best rally of the match so far. That's what makes watching defensive players like Li so exciting to watch. He'll go back, he'll defend, he'll chop, but yet if you put anything up too soft, he's got a killer beautiful forehand loop and he'll punish you. That's just fantastic table tennis there by ZHANG. Li's definitely starting to find his rhythm, making every point so difficult on Zhang, no longer giving those unforced airs out. Let's see what Zhang serves here. And Corey, that is the difficulty of attacking against Li's long pips. Zhang totally misread the spin, thought it was heavy, but it was really no spin. And Zhang's so happy to finally get an easy point from Li, Corey. The last 6, 7 points, Li has given her no unforced errors, finally got one. Oh, Corey, that's just such a beautiful backhand. Lily ZHANG, known worldwide for her fantastic backhand, and that's why, Corey, her wrist is so quick. She accelerates forward, creates so much spin.
And Jimmy, she's missed 3 or 4 of those this game, and I expect that to stop the next game. She's just miscalibrating a little bit. They're playing on the featured table, which maybe plays a little bit different than the tables they were playing on this morning.
Another fantastic deep serve by Zhang. She caught Li on that serve earlier in the game, caught him sleeping again. He was not expecting that serve, Corey, and that was a big point for Zhang. Big point to tie this game at 9-all.
Great push there at the end. One thing I'm wondering, Jimmy, a lot of times when defenders, the choppers, when they start to attack is at the end of the game.
Oh, fantastic serve there by Li. He had not served heavy short spin the whole game, caught Lily off guard. Next point wins, Corey.
And game 1 goes to Lily ZHANG.
What an incredible, incredible rally there.
She's shaking her head a little bit. You can tell she's not totally satisfied with how she played that game, but she still got the win. And that's what makes a great player, Jimmy, is when you can win games when you're not playing at your best.
Well, Corey, what happened there is Zhang went back to that deep serve, which she had scored 2 points outright on earlier in the game. Li was ready for it, made a pretty good receive, but Zhang with just beautiful, beautiful forehand looping after that receive and just outplayed Li that final point. That was just a fantastic, fantastic rally to end the game for Zhang.
No question. On camera right now, you can see Lily ZHANG being coached by Huijing Wang, which is her 2021 Tokyo teammate. So 2 Olympians helping each other out here in Westchester. Very cool to see and a very promising sign for Team USA.
Well, Corey, you know, Lily ZHANG herself has said that playing against defensive style is not her strength. Those are her own words. I was pretty impressed with the way she played that first game. It's going to be interesting to see how this match develops and how Li makes adjustments here. Corey, we have not seen Li attack much with his forehand this match, and he loves to use it. He attacks a lot. I played him earlier. He loves to attack, attack, attack. That's one of the best ones we've seen so far. And there's an unforced error by Zhang coming off the long pips of Li. Important for Li to get out ahead this game. Beautiful, beautiful patience there by Zhang. She didn't do anything fancy, never went for power, just kept putting the ball on the table, got her the point. And Corey, there's that beautiful forehand by Li, which I expected to see more. I have a feeling we're going to see him do that a lot more this match because the first game did not work out well for him playing all that defense.
And I think that's a typical style for choppers, is to just start out with defense and see if you have the ability to go through them. And if you do, then they change it up and start adding some offense.
And Corey, the best rally of the match so far. Both players going back and forth. Li with some great defensive action. Able to win that point at the end, go up 5-1 this game. This was so important for Li. When you lose that first game, Corey, it's so important to get out ahead in that second game. You don't want to go down 2-0. Great rally and point by Li there. Those are the kind of points Zhang's hoping for. Just kind of didn't really do much. Got Li to make an unforced error. And Corey, Zhang with an overplay. You know, when that ball's popped up high like that, those should be easy balls, but we tend to overplay them at times, and that's exactly what happened to Zhang there. Great reactions and defensive play by Li. He's not given Zhang any unforced errors this game, and it's paying off for him. What a beautiful backhand bump we call that. He used his long pips and he just kind of shoveled the ball forward, caught Zhang off guard. The ball really jumped up on her end of the table. She wasn't able to deal with it, and this is just a beautiful game so far by Li. You know, Corey, that's one thing I tend to not want to do. Zhang serving that deep serve, which is very effective. You don't want to do that when you're down 2-8 because you don't want him to get used to that. There's really no need to show him your serves that have been working well until you're really close with him in a game. That's just throwing a serve away and getting him used to it more and more.
And Jimmy, that's what I'd like to see Zhang do a little more. Bring him in with the short serve to the forehand, then attack the wide backhand.
That's the most power we've seen from Zhang the whole match. Li really in the driver's seat right now, kind of coasting. Not much of a threat right now to lose this game. That's an unforced error by Li. Zhang hanging around. This game is not over. What a fantastic rally by Zhang there. Zhang down 9-3 this game, has not given up. Battling back, putting pressure on Li to have to finish her with a quality shot. And there's that quality shot that Li needed to do. Zhang has made a decision this game. I am not going to give you this game. I'm going to put the ball on the table. You are going to have to make a quality shot through me.
And game 2 goes to Li, tied up at 1-1. Zhang misses a forehand flip at the end. Normally that shot's not her strength, but she was down 10-6 and thought, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. Jimmy, what do you think Zhang has to do more of? My opinion that game was that she just started poorly and she gave too many free points. You can't give defenders those 3 free points because then it's really an uphill battle from there.
Zhang made a lot of unforced errors, uncharacteristic of her that game. That's really what got her. She needs to be patient. She needs to be willing to play long rallies. She needs to make sure Li makes quality shots through her to win his points. Just too many unforced errors. I expect her to come back this game really clamp down, be a lot more consistent, and eliminate any of the overplays.
Correct, and I think where the mistakes need to be limited is in the first 3 balls of the rally. She needs to receive consistently on the table, and that first ball needs to be consistent and on the table. Same thing on her own serve. Needs to serve consistently and make your first opening point in and point out.
Here we go, Jiang to serve. Let's see what she serves this game. We know she's got that deep serve she wants to use.
Forehand by Li Jian. Incredible shot on the step around pivot.
And Corey, there's that deep serve that Jiang wants to use when she needs a point. We know she's going to tend to go to that, and at down 1-0, she does not want this game to get away.
This is the start we were talking about before the game started, Jimmy, that Jiang wants to avoid is those first 3 balls need to be more consistent.
There's that nasty bump shot by Li with those pips. It is not easy to deal with. It's got more spin than you think. That ball really jumped on Jiang's side of the table, and she was not able to react to it. Nice steady play by Jiang there. Got Li to make an unforced error on his forehand, but I like that shot by Li. He is very, very, very good on his forehand side. He needs to take some of those risks. And Corey, there's that long pip bump shot again, starting to really pay dividends for Li.
And
got
Jimmy,
Jiang again on it.
And Jimmy, that's one of the reasons why Jiang likes that fast service, because she doesn't like when he comes in and bumps it with that long pips like that, because she has no idea how much spin is on that ball.
Fantastic table tennis by Jiang there. A couple beautiful loops, and then that flat hit smash to win the point. Jiang is going to have to figure out that when Li chops with that pips, it's very difficult to know the spin. She's going to have to play that one safe. She can't go for winners off those pips chops. Oh, that's just beautiful by Jiang there. She served deep. Li was ready for it, but what a reaction by Jiang with a forehand reloop, winning her the point. So Corey, Jiang going with the deep serve again. The problem is Li has now gotten used to it. She's used it so many times, he is no longer having problems with it. So let's see what Jiang does in the future.
Great play by Jiang. Offense to defense and standing there and withholding her ground, not backing up too far, kind of using Li's power against him a little bit there, Jimmy.
Fantastic table tennis. Lot of spin on that forehand loop from Li. Didn't look like much to you viewers watching this from home, but that has a lot of spin on it. Jiang just barely touched it, Corey, and it went way off the end of the table. That really gives you an idea of how much spin he creates on his forehand loop.
Lily ZHANG. And let's take a look at that shot again.
The point of the tournament, Corey. Unbelievable table tennis by both athletes. Where did Zhang come up with that shot at the end? Corey, there's that pip shot of Li. When he chops it, you're not exactly sure how much spin's on it. Zhang thought there was a lot more spin than there really was, and she blew that off the end of the table. She needs to play those balls a lot more safe.
And Jimmy, you gotta think, did that block that Zhang made a couple points ago have something to do with that miss? Did he try to make that ball a little bit too good or a little bit too spinny and blew it in the net?
Fantastic table tennis from Zhang to hang in that point. There's that bump shot again. Really giving Zhang problems. That ball's jumping on her side of the table. Let's see what kind of serve Zhang comes up with. That deep serve is no longer working, Corey. Let's see what she does here. Oh, and Corey, she went with a short no-spin serve. Li with the bump. She dealt with the bump pretty good, but Li chopped that ball and it had heavy spin and she was not able to get it over the net. And Corey, there's some rain and thunder going on outside. The thunder happened right at the toss of Zhang, so she actually called a let to wait for the thunder to go away. There's an unforced error there by Li.
And Jimmy, one thing that's been going on this match, I think, which is really unnormal, but I think Zhang actually prefers when Li is serving.
Let's see how she does with this receive. Oh, and that's exactly what Zhang needs. 2 unforced errors in a row from Li. Able to battle back 1 point within deuce here. Let's see what she does here. Oh, and just a fantastic serve and forehand follow there by Li. Corey, I'm really impressed with his decision to take that risk. Li decided before that serve that he was going to go for it to win this game. He did not play passive and able to execute and finish Zhang off that game. Just a beautiful decision and a beautiful follow by Li.
And Jimmy, watching Lily walk over to her coach, Wei Jing Wang, you could see the disgust on her face. She's really displeased with the way she's performed so far. Her forehand is one of her trademark shots. Pretty shots are equal. Her backhand and forehand are both really strong, especially when she gets the easy ball. She missed 3 or 4 that game. They're really uncharacteristic for a player of her level. And in the first game also, she missed a bunch of those. So she has to kind of keep going for those shots, because when they're high, what else are you going to do? You can't push that ball. You work all point long trying to create that ball. You just have to make it, but you just almost have to not think about it anymore, move on, and keep going after it. Li to serve, up 2-1.
Zhang catching the net cord there. Li was able to react and get it back, but Zhang with the forehand smash. Oh, what a fantastic play by Zhang there. Li with a decent opening. We know, Corey, from the past, that has a lot of spin on it, and Zhang able to smash it down the line for the winner. Corey, there's that same forehand step around by Li that he made at 10-9 last game. He's very good at stepping around there. What a beautiful forehand shot there by Li. Corey, those kind of mistakes are killer. It happens to all of us. Zhang was going for a deep, fast serve there. She put a little too much on it. Fault. And there's an overplay by Zhang. Both players getting into a counter looping rally. Zhang way overplayed that. That ball wasn't even close. She's got to settle down and play those balls at the right speed. That was too easy for Li. That's just a beautiful, beautiful backhand shot right there from Zhang. She doesn't get to play her strength very much because Li is a defensive player, which forces you to have to use your forehand with all the heavy spin. But Zhang's so quick with that wrist on her backhand side. That's a beautiful serve and follow by Zhang there. She caught the net a little bit, but what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful forehand. Li caught the net there. That's what caused Zhang to have to put that ball up. Zhang hung in that point well, but unfortunately, Li able to finish her off when she went back.
She spun that one really heavy there, Jimmy, but Li Jian with a great forehand, just covering over the ball and overspinning Zhang's spin.
Great job by Zhang there to put pressure on Li. Got him to pop the ball up a little bit, and with that forehand follow through, Li off the end of the table. Corey, Zhang going for the deep serve. Li received it well. He is not having problems with that deep serve anymore, but a really well-played point by Zhang there to take a 6-5 lead. And Corey, there's another overplay by Zhang. Li put that ball with a high arc. We know there's a lot of spin on it. She way overplayed that. She's got to calm down on those kind of shots and really play with half that speed, and that ball goes on.
Yeah, no question, Jimmy. She needs to cut down the unforced errors a little bit.
Well, we haven't seen that the whole match. Zhang decides to take a risk and forehand flip kill the serve. Incredible receive by Zhang. Li able to get that bump shot in with his pips. We haven't seen him score on that in quite a while. Zhang has really adjusted well to that, but finally got a mistake from Zhang on that shot again, late in this game.
And Jimmy, I know you said that Li Jian is not having trouble receiving the long serve, but I think the reason Zhang keeps serving it is because she knows what she's going to get back. She knows it's going to be long, and she knows it's going to be underspin, and she's just happy with that at this point.
She does not like dealing with those pips off her short serve. I totally agree with you, Corey.
Fantastic rally there, Jimmy. And let's take another look at that point. Zhang standing in there and just quality high spinning loops. And Li Jian missing the final forehand.
And that time, Li with the overplay, just like Zhang had done earlier in this game, totally overplayed that forehand loop. There's that spinny opening loop there off chop by Li. That time, Zhang mistimed it and missed it in the net. It's not because there wasn't a lot of spin on it, but she jumped on it too early, mistimed it.
And
That's
Jimmy,
just fantastic table tennis by Zhang there. We saw that beautiful, beautiful backhand loop of her, that quick wrist, but then with a beautiful forehand follow. That's just great table tennis.
There's no question. And at 9-9 here, a really need, I'm not going to call it a must-win, but it's definitely a need game here for Zhang.
And I want to see what Zhang's going to serve here. This is just a huge moment in the match for her. Let's see what she comes up with.
By Zhang to take a 10-9 lead and now has 2 game points in a row, because remember, if Li ties it here at 10-10, we have 1 point from 10-all to see who wins this game. But Zhang with the serve up 10-9 in the 4th game.
Oh, heartbreak for Zhang. She played that point so beautifully, got Li to pop the ball up high. Was 1 shot away from winning that game if she could just make that forehand smash. And she missed it off the end, Corey.
And Li Jian was actually the one who just called the timeout after winning the point at 10-9. Usually the person who loses the point at 10-9 calls the timeout, but we had a little role reversal here. So Li uses his timeout, probably wants 1 minute to think about what he wants to serve, if he wants to change it up or go to something that's been working in the past. Jimmy, with your experience playing the sport over 40 years now, what would you do in a moment like this if you're Li, not if you're you, but if you're Li Jian?
Only Li knows what serve is the best one right now, because he understands what tricks he has up his sleeve. He also understands what he wants to do after the serve. Here's what I'm guessing, Corey, is we know he wants to serve and step around and attack, because that's worked real well for him several times lately. I expect him to serve short. I think he's hoping that Zhang pushes to his backhand and he wants to step around. Here we go. And Corey, he goes with the exact opposite plan. He comes in with a different serve than he normally does and tries to get in his backhand bump with that pips. What a brilliant timeout and a brilliant decision.
No question. Now he's going to go up 3-1 on Zhang. And I think is what he's realized, Jimmy, is that his bump is actually more effective against Zhang than his forehand has been. Zhang has been counterattacking his forehand the whole game 4. So at the end, he wanted to attack her, but he just chose a different way of going about it, which is with the long pip backhand bump, which is brilliant. I would have never guessed he was going to pull that shot out.
Well, that was just brilliant thinking by him there. And really, what I've seen him do beautifully in this match is he's really varying the bump with the forehand loop. He's constantly changing it up. See, he tricked me there because he had done so well with the forehand a couple times. I was thinking he was going to go with it again, but no, he goes with the pips bump. And so you really don't know what he's going to do. And that's what really experienced players do, Corey, is they mix things up and they keep you guessing. And that's exactly what happened to Zhang there. She had no idea that shot was coming. Here we go, Li up 3-1, Zhang to serve. Let's see if she can get out ahead this first game. Corey, we are in the fast 5. This game will be played to 5. Zhang 1-0. And an unforced error by Li there. That is so important for Zhang to get a couple unforced errors and to get a little bit of breathing room. Every point so important in the fast 5. My favorite part of the match in the T2 format.
And Jimmy, Zhang jumping out to a 3-0 lead. If I was down in a match 3-1, I would much rather play a fast 5 than have to win 3 games all the way to 11 back to back to back. Zhang to serve, up 3-1 in the fast 5. Really needs to get this point, take control of this game.
Corey, that ball caught the top of the net from Li. That's what caused Jiang to miss that shot. Those shots are so crucial, especially in a fast five. We call those lucky shots because there's really, you don't try to hit the top of the net, and they're so difficult to react to. That's exactly what happened with that point. Li
And Jimmy,
get the point off the top of the net.
Jiang just called timeout, realizing that she has to win 2 out of the next 3 points or this match is over. So she wants to gather herself, think about what Li's going to serve to her, and then when she gets a serve back, maybe she tries something different other than the fast serve all the time. She starts serving short a little bit, and maybe she decides, look, I'm going to have to deal with that bump, even though I don't want to. I can't keep serving the same thing over and over because I need to create some sort of error out of the other player.
Absolutely, Corey. Lily ZHANG coming back to the table, up 3-2. She's got to have this game in the fast five format. My favorite part of the match, Li to serve. Let's see what he does here.
Great counter by Li. 3-3 now. Huge point. The biggest part of the match right now. No question about it. Lily ZHANG needs to get this point. Great forehand play by ZHANG. Gets a little bit lucky. A couple balls ago, got to tick the net. Didn't bother Li that much.
Great offense by ZHANG there. Really went for it aggressively. It paid off. Oh, and Corey, did you see the amount of spin on that forehand loop? ZHANG actually was so befuddled by the arc and the spin of the ball. She tried to chop it. She became a chopper instead of Li, but blew that ball off the end of the table. Match point for Li.
And that's game, set, match. Li Jian takes it 4-1, finishing game 5 in the fast 7 format. ZHANG, I don't know if she's going to be too happy with her performance. I didn't think she played terribly, but certainly not up to her standard. And Li never gave her any chances to get back into the match after game 1, Jimmy.
Well, remember, ZHANG's own words is that she is not strong against defensive players. So with that being said, Li is a quality player. And I did not feel that ZHANG played poorly at all. I thought she had some really good moments in that match, but it is her weak point playing against defenders. And in the end, Li just too much for her to handle.
All right, well, alongside my partner here, Jimmy Butler, I am Corey Eider, and we are signing off from Westchester, New York.